Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas. Now, Santa Claus may not be able to visit you this year because he's in tier 4, but I am here to give away another brand new PS5. You can win yourself a brand new PS5. We are giving this away for the Arsenal versus Chelsea game, and all you got to do to enter is go to aftv.mobi, go to AFTV Picks, enter the competition, which is for free, and you could win this PS5. So get involved right now. The link is in the description, and this PS5, which is very hard to get, by the way, could be on its way to you. Merry Christmas.
Welcome back. My name is Joe Bayer, representing for AFTV, and this is SFD, the Super Fan Debate Show. Now, before we go forward, this show is sponsored by AFTV Picks, and you could win a free PS5. All you got to do is click the link in the description. Make sure you do it. Don't lose out. You know how rare it is to get that these days. Okay, from right to left, I got here Don Robbie, representing. Good to have you on the panel, you know what I mean?
It's good to be here, man.
Yeah, man, for once you
Merry
can,
Christmas.
Yeah, you can say your opinion as well. Merry Christmas to you. Turkish, London, my guy.
Come on, G.
The movement's going strong on your channel, you know?
Yeah, it is. It
I'm
is.
seeing
All day, every day, sell Arsenal.
It's
All
mad,
day,
it's
every
mad
day.
political still. Lewis, Blues Fans TV, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. What you saying?
Listen, you know, we're not where you are in the league, but we're surviving. Craigo.
Are we?
How are you doing?
Yeah, are we surviving? Craigo, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. How's the things on the channel? Good?
Living, thanks to AFTV.
Living. Good stuff. All right, guys.
That William thing.
All right, cool. So, we're going to focus on this particular question. Who's going to win Boxing Day? Arsenal versus Chelsea. I want you guys to let me know in the comments. And you know what? We're going to start off from the cocky Chelsea fans. Craigo, we start off with you.
I think it's going to be us, but all the pressure is on us, which is the annoying thing, where I think in the past and going back many a year, it's always been Arsenal have had the pressure on them when maybe weren't as good as we are now. But again, being obviously at your place, meant to have obviously a big thing, and obviously the atmosphere, that's obviously not going to be the case at the moment. So it's a bit more of an even game, I think. And to be honest with you, you guys need to kick up the arse, and a game against us is probably going to be it. So, I mean, you weren't going to get one in the North London derby, but you could be trying to go all out and get a win against us around Christmas, which is, I mean, really do you all the world of good. But who knows? I still think we're going to be good enough to beat you. I still do.
But, Robbie, our fans were getting gassed last time because of our draw win. I don't know if you remember when man, I'm celebrating draws like it's a win. Like, yeah, we were.
We were down to 10 men, though.
Yeah, and Martinelli, you know what I mean, doing his thing. Do you think we were a better team then or a better team now?
We were a better team then. We've got better players now, which is the annoying thing about it. But obviously we're on horrible form at the moment, and the confidence is really low. I think it would have been, that those fans not being in there, you know, it would have been great to have a full house on Boxing Day. That would have been...
What, with our current form?
Even with our current form, I feel that a full house on Boxing Day, you know, that would have helped the players. Yeah, I get it if it turns the other way, you know what I mean? But I remember last time when we played Chelsea, we weren't playing well. It kind of is not exactly a mirror to this, but if you remember, you know, we weren't playing well then.
Yeah.
Arteta had just come in. And that was a very close game. We played them at the Emirates. Remember, it was Leno made that mistake. And there was also the incident with, what's the name, Jorginho. He got, well, you know, he should have been sent off really in the game, shouldn't he? And then he goes, pops up and scores the goal. So it was a close game. Then when we played them in the new year, that was a close game. You know what I mean? 2-2 draw, Martinelli with the equaliser, down to 10 men, a lot of fight and spirit. Then we played them in the FA Cup. Nobody gave us a prayer. Beat them.
You gave you a prayer. You backed yourself, to be fair.
I thought, excuse me, I thought at that time that we could win, but the majority of people didn't really give us a prayer. And we pulled it off. Now, obviously, this time, confidence is on the floor. But I don't know, man. You never know, man. You know what I mean? I keep saying to myself, and again, I don't know if I'm deluding myself, but I keep saying to myself, something's got to turn soon.
Something's got to turn soon.
Yeah, maybe it'll be that.
Now, let's go on to you.
Right.
Something's got to turn soon, but Martinelli's not playing on the weekend. He's picked up a knock.
Yep.
He was our brightest spark.
Could be in. He could be in.
Or could not.
Could not. It might be. I think Aubameyang might not be in. Right. But it could
So,
be him.
Turkish, from where you sit, from where you're sitting, talk to us, man.
Listen, there's always a chance. Every team has a chance in every game. But form will tell you otherwise. Form will tell you to be pessimistic, not optimistic coming into this game. I just think Oba, being a doubt, Martinelli being a doubt, and even if they are in the squad, not fully fit, I just think that all odds are stacked against us. Obviously, us being at home is the only positive, but without fans, that takes that positivity away from it. Essentially, the best I see coming out of the game is a draw, but win, lose, or draw. I know you said it'll do us the world of good, but in reality, what does 3 points do for us now?
It gets us above the relegation.
Well, we're just above it anyway. And we don't even move 16th if we win.
3 points, Turkish would be huge. Right? I know what you're saying in the bigger picture of things.
Yeah.
But 3 points right now, 3 points for Mikel Arteta, 3 points for that team, be massive, especially if it was against Chelsea. And you look at Chelsea, they've been a weird team this season. 1 minute they're brilliant, then next minute, the last few games, I saw the game the other day against West Ham. I didn't think that was a 3-0 game.
No, it wasn't at all.
I thought that was a closest game, you know what I mean? Then they lost their previous 2 games to that. They've lost, how many games you guys lost? About 4, isn't it? 4 or 5 games?
3, I think.
4 games, is it?
It's only been 3, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4.
It's a weird, this season, right? It's such a strange season, man. It's mad results.
It's true.
Leicester in second place, they've lost 5 games.
And also, if Man United
5.
win their games in hand, they'll shoot up as well.
Yeah.
And could anyone say that? Sorry, United fans, but could anyone say that Oli deserves to be in that position?
Yeah,
really?
it's a bit mad,
You know?
You wouldn't find many.
So it's just crazy. But I think our issues, no Partey, Bamiyang, these are big misses.
Lewis, you're always gunning for your team, right? Saturday, what are you saying? Do you honestly reckon that Arsenal could come and, upset, spoil the party, or what do you reckon?
Arsenal have a chance. There's always a chance. I'm not going to say there isn't, but reality, you lot should be getting smoked. Fact is, you've spoken already with the injuries and everything. Your home record, you haven't beaten an English team since November the 1st, if I remember
Since Troops went.
The Troops come back, and you lot still haven't won a league game against an English side. So
that was Man United, though.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Gave that to you on a silver platter. I can't lie. If we're going to put
you can't big up Pogba and act as if it was just him. Obviously, United were not great that game. Let's be honest.
We deserved to win the game.
I don't think either of you were that great, in my opinion. It was one penalty.
We were better than when you played United.
We could have had a penalty in that game as well. Maguire and Azpilicueta, you remember that?
Yeah.
VAR came for you, it didn't come for us. That's the only difference in that game. But fact is, and I'm only saying this because a lot of Chelsea fans are coming into this game worried only because of the embarrassment if we drop points to you lot. And I get that. It is embarrassing if we drop points, if we get a draw, or if we get a loss in this game. That's why I'm coming out here with chest and saying we should be smoking you lot. Because fact is, regardless of what I say, it's embarrassing anyway if we drop points. So we should be wiping the floor with you, man.
I think what is funny is, going back to what Robbie was saying, obviously Arsenal have not been great, but you guys haven't been too strong either. I would say your defence has probably been the most positive part of your,
but if we
your
win,
season.
We could go second.
It's a weird one. But when you look at their midfield, if you're going to take, let's just say you're looking at their 3 central midfielders, Kante, okay, he deserves to be there. But I can't really look past it and say, okay, Mason Mount has been fantastic. He's been good.
I'm going to let you hold
Mason Mount is unreal.
He's been good. Well, when he plays in the middle, right? Fair enough. I don't know about that left-hand side. But then you're looking at the other side of midfield. I can't really give it to Havertz. Do you know what I mean? No, it's true. Maybe Kovacic has been better, but it's not as clear-cut as you would think, Robbie. You look at the positions and they haven't been fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And Turkish should probably back me up on this. The midfield of Arsenal, though.
We ain't got left or right.
I feel that's which is really, really surprising. Yeah, that normally we always talk about the strength of our midfield. That's been over the years. That's been something that our midfield is always. And at the moment, midfield's shocking, and that's what worries me in that Chelsea game. I think. Oh, you think Arteta? I think he'll probably go with the 3 at the back.
Yeah.
He'll,
definitely.
because he's just ain't got the
personnel
personnel in the midfield.
Players?
Sorry?
Is he going to play any more injured players?
You see, you carry it, but you see, that's
I'm only
that's
asking
the type
'cause
of
I heard
energy.
the most about Arteta
to be
in
honest here,
August.
to be honest here, that's how United fans were carrying on when we played them. They were boasting about how they just beat Leipzig 5-0.
Oh, yeah.
They were boasting about how, you know what I mean, they beat PSG. They were bare boasting. And we were like, all right.
But
Cool,
what
I
about
hear
you
that.
guys after the FA Cup final? And I say that as also as a
No,
fan
but we
base,
won
not
it, innit?
people in general. But yeah, but
We won the FA Cup finals,
But
well,
the
we can't celebrate
amount of
that.
stuff I was hearing about Mikel Arteta and the amount of Lampard slander, it's just amazing to see.
No,
how
but then
things
you know
done.
what, right? This Lampard thing, right? Is it because he's got much better personnel? You could look at it that way. Look at the players you've got. As I said, look at your midfield. Havertz, Mason Mount. You brought Werner. You brought, you know, you've got all these players, right? If he had to work with what Arteta had to work with, would he do any better? Because even with what he's got, as I said, he's still lost, 3-4 games this season.
I like that you said that because realistically, last season, I'm going to go into this, if we would have had a better goalkeeper, because we had the second least shots conceded, but a keeper with the worst save percentage in Premier League
he's
history.
your keeper, isn't he?
We would have finished second with a better goalkeeper.
Yeah, but you can't say that.
But that's
All we could say if we had a better midfield.
But my point is, Frank Lampard, with a transfer ban, Eden Hazard gone, and injuries throughout the entire season, would have got second place in his first season if we just had a semi-competent goalkeeper.
And
that's why I believe in Frank Lampard.
Team full of kids as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying at the moment,
team full of kids.
But that's
at the moment this
that's
season.
not the same situation this season. This
No,
is
no,
me.
but I'm saying
this
this
is
is
me.
why I believe in Lampard.
Look what he's
because
got
he
to
has the
work with, though,
personnel.
innit?
He's
I
got
can
a
give
lot.
him
Oh, yeah.
faith now because he had no personnel.
You
comes
know
from
even the
above.
thing with Arteta, and Turkish will tell you this, right? You see Turkish when he campaigns hard on this, right? Sometimes we find it hard to even come down too hard on Arteta because we still can't make up our mind whether it's him just being bad or it's because the personnel he's got to work with. Look how much money you lot went out and spent. Look at the players you're able to bring in.
But do you
look
not
at
have
the
a
bench
16th place team?
Look at the bench you've got, right, in comparison to us. I don't know if Lampard had that, would he be doing?
I don't think he'd be where you lot are. I can't lie.
The
But
flip
at one
side
point,
of it.
Jose was where we was at, and if Jose was there, Lampard, don't ever think
Was
he
that
can't be
that
there.
Jose last season? Though?
No, Jose, you
No,
lot,
no, no,
you lot was
Jose
16th
before
in the
he
league
got
with
sacked.
Jose. So if
Oh,
Jose can do
I ain't
it,
got no
then
explanation for
Lampard.
And Sarri,
I
there was
can't
one
lie.
time when Sarri was down.
It was low at 10th.
was
with
down
Sarri at
quite
one
low as
point.
well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Was
But
he?
he shot
I swear
back
the
up.
lowest he got was 6th.
Yeah, I think he was outside the top 4, which
Yeah,
is why it was a big
okay.
thing, but not quite 10th. But
Yeah,
after
like
that,
Rob
yeah.
said, it comes down to the tools, isn't it? You know, and Lampard, I think we can all judge more accurately this season because he's been given the tools. And even he said himself at the beginning of the season, "I'm not here to bring through youth players. I'm here to win." So that's very definitive. So now we can judge him upon what he's doing. Last season, you're right. I'll give him all the credit. No Hazard, no transfer window. I have to applaud him for what he done last season. But obviously, it's a step up this season. Now with Arteta, it's like me saying, Lewis, go hammer that nail into the wall, but I'll give you a pen to hammer it in. And you try and do it, and I tell you, Lewis can't hammer. Because I'm judging you on how that nail's been hammered in, when in reality, I haven't given you a hammer, I've given you a pen. So how can I judge on how you put the nail in? So it's very different with Arteta.
But
It's
the
very
fact
different.
is, you lot still are not a 15th, 16th place team.
No, we're not.
And we're not a team that's above 8th, 9th either when you look at it. Wolves, Leicester, Everton, better squads than us. Southampton, maybe 50-50.
Yeah, but then even then, by the lower standards, you lot are still underachieving. By
No,
those
we are
standards.
underachieving this
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm just
we are,
saying,
we are.
right, that it's still hard to compare Lampard and Arteta at the moment because I guess at the end of the season you'll be able to compare them better. But he just don't have the person. And then even the players that he's brought in that we'd be like, hey, Partey, who's hardly ever been injured in his career, has literally he's hardly played for Arsenal since he's come in. So it's really... Listen, I think Mikel Arteta has made a lot of mistakes and a lot of errors. But then on the other hand, sometimes I feel a bit sorry for him because, as Turkish is always telling me, you know what I mean, the board have not helped him. The amount of problems that are going on behind the scenes at Arsenal, it's a complete mess. And he's having to negotiate that as well as on the pitch. And Lampard has got... You know, look at the players he's got at his disposal. The game the other day had Havertz and all them men on the bench.
Because Arteta's been put in for an overhaul of the culture at Arsenal, as well as trying to improve the team, as well as becoming head manager from head coach, whereas Lampard's just been put in, manage what we give you. Next summer, I'm going to buy the players, manage that. And he hasn't really got as much responsibility as Arteta does. And don't get it twisted, I'm not making a case for Arteta here, because there is a lot of things that he deserves criticism for. It's just that I can judge Frank a lot more accurately than I can judge Arteta. And I actually do give Frank credit for what he's done so far. I'd expect you lot to finish top 4 again. I actually put you lot second in the league when I done my top 4 prediction at the beginning of the season because of the transfer window, you know. And we'll see, and then you can judge him more accurately. Arteta will probably get sacked before we can actually make a real, true judgment of him. That's the reality.
So generally, you'd want him to have more time. Sorry.
Generally, it doesn't come down to more time for the manager for me. The time's running out for the people above the manager for me. They've had a lot of time. A new manager doesn't refresh the clock for me, you know. Just because you've taken out Emery and put in Arteta, or took out Wenger and put in Emery, the clock doesn't restart for me. It's still the same people here. Different puppets in place, doesn't faze me, you know. And as much as Arteta, I can't judge him, people that try to judge him and people that do judge him, fair enough, it's understandable. But it's a lot bigger than him. Whereas at Chelsea, Lampard's job is not as big as Arteta's.
I sum up Chelsea by saying, right, the difference between Arsenal and Chelsea, right, is the goalkeeper situation. You've got Kepa, the most expensive goalkeeper in the world. Your owners can see that he's, for whatever reason, he's not performing, right? Like you just said, you know, I mean, his stats last season were terrible. You've gone and bought in another goalkeeper, right? Even though you spent all that money on him, you went and got another keeper to replace him, who's a very good keeper, right? Our keeper, Martinez, who came in as the backup, who was number 2 goalkeeper, done brilliantly when Leno was out, wanted to move on, to be fair to him, he wanted to be a number 1, right? So he's either stay and be number 1 or move on. He moved on. We go and buy a goalkeeper who's for £1.5 million. That's the difference, right? We just... You know, it's very annoying to us as Arsenal fans, you know what I mean, to see that real gulf when it comes to spending money and buying quality of players. And that's why I find it hard to judge the 2 managers. I mean, I guess I'd have to say, you know, Lampard, he's had more experience because he managed at Derby before he came to Chelsea. And I do think he's doing a good job. I'm not dissing him. But I don't know, I think it's harsh to really compare. It's really difficult to compare the 2 because it's just 2 people with completely different resources.
Yeah, you lot are a lot more forward thinking than us in that sense. I mean, you lot bought Morata. Didn't work out within 2 years, whether it's out on loan or sold. Bakayoko's another one. Didn't work out within a couple of years, back out on loan. Us, Lacazette hasn't worked out. 4 years, he's on his last year of his contract. Xhaka hasn't worked out. 5 years later, he's still in it. Mustafi hasn't worked out, year left, and so on. We can go all day with it. You lot, and other teams too, like Man United, you take the risks. Some of them fail, some of them succeed, but because you still have that success in the forward thinking, you fix it. Us, we buy Pepe, we take a risk, it fails. Everyone dwells on the 70 million because we don't take enough risks. That's the one risk we took, and it's easy to highlight.
Our risks are like they cannot afford to fail.
Yeah, and I don't like giving Chelsea credit, but one thing they deserve credit for, and that's Roman. You know, the way he has took on that club and evolved them into what they are now and managed to keep competition at an all-time high at Chelsea over the years. You lot, regardless of manager, Frank's a legend, but regardless, you know you're in good hands with Roman, right?
Yeah.
You don't doubt that. Even if you move on from Lampard, it won't be, you're getting rid of a club legend. You've done that with Jose too. But you trust Roman. Us, on the other hand, we can talk about Arteta and how bad he is or how many things he's getting wrong, but off the back of him, it might be Eddie Howe. And then what? 12 months later.
Everyone in this video is going, I like Turkish, you know, he talks a lot of sense, Robbie, you got to get him back on again.
Sorry, I thought
that's what you're going to hear.
You guys.
I like Sarri. I thought you lot was a bit premature on him, and he got, 3rd in Europa League? I think that's quite good. But
yeah, he did. I think he'd do really well with you guys. I hope he don't join
Decent
you guys.
manager.
If he's on cigarettes now, he might be on a loud pack with troops after.
Funny enough, the manager that managed at their place, right, that I think would do pretty decent at Arsenal if Arteta did go, right, and I know you lot all hated his guts, right, was Benitez. Because I do think that he's the type of manager that if he did come in and the predicament that we were in and with all the problems going on behind the scenes, he's the kind of guy who could steady it up.
Stable it,
Yeah.
Stabilise it. He might need that. But listen, who knows, man.
He did it at Chelsea. He did
it at Chelsea. It's just that they didn't like him.
Did it very well.
They didn't like him though,
They
did
didn't like him from
Like-
day one, so it wasn't, you know what I mean?
But it wasn't because he didn't do a good job. They didn't like him just because the whole Liverpool thing.
Yeah, he had the same problem even at Real Madrid, where he was not the worst when you looked at the records, but they just didn't like him.
But he steadies it up, innit? He's an experienced guy. He you know what I mean? He makes your teams hard to beat, and maybe at the moment that's what we need.
There you go.
Experience them right, yeah.
There you go. Well, guys, that answers it. Well, guys, that answers it. Who we think is going to win on Boxing Day. So what are you saying finally, Robbie, actually?
Prediction.
Who's actually winning the game? And what's the score prediction?
Boy.
Oh, don't look at me for no help. Don't look over here.
Should we go first?
Yeah, you know what?
there,
Start with
start
them, man,
with
because you're dwelling too much.
Two-
Craigo.
Come back to me.
Yeah, 2-0
There you
us.
go.
2-0 us.
2-0 Chelsea. Who's scoring?
I don't care.
Yeah, wow. It's just a free-for-all. Just a free-for-all. What about yourself, Lewis? Why you always got that look like you're
3-0.
above air?
3-0,
This
Timo
guy's
Werner
weird.
hat-trick.
3-0?
Timo Werner
It's
hat-trick.
things like that,
Little
as if he's
stat
about
pad session.
Timo Werner hat-trick.
I'm
Bro,
confident.
guy ain't even really... Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hat-trick?
Well, I need Timo Werner to start scoring anyway, so yeah.
Is it? All right, cool. We're not going to get into that because likely their man didn't pay. All right, Turkish.
I'm gonna be positive and say 1-1. That's my positive.
Listen, a
That's
draw
my
would be
positive.
fantastic, you know, in this current form.
Yeah, ask me again in a few days, it might change. But
Yeah.
sitting here now, I'm going 1-1.
Cool. Robbie?
After the way they've been so cocky. They're so cocky, man. I've got to defend my team, bro.
Don't have people in the comments next week saying 4-0 Rob or something like that. Yeah.
I'm not that stupid. I already done the Zion stick. Zion part 2.
Their editor's waiting on this right now, I know.
Trust me.
Oh, boy.
Bare editors, you got Flex's editors waiting.
Come
so
join
they
me on the
can
fence,
take-
Rob, man. The fence is here, just come join me. It's cool.
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, man.
The shock win, yeah?
We conceded twice.
Shock win, table, you know what I mean? Maybe a turnaround, maybe.
Maybe a turnaround. Wow. Guys, this is it then. Don't forget this video is sponsored by AFTV Picks. You could be winning a PS5. Make sure you click the link in the description. My name's Joel Bale. Big shout out to Robbie, Turkish, Lewis, Craigo, and we'll be back soon. Peace.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas. Now, Santa Claus may not be able to visit you this year because he's in Tier 4, but I am here to give away another brand new PS5. You can win yourself a brand new PS5. We are giving this away for the Arsenal versus Chelsea game, and all you got to do to enter is go to aftv.mobi, go to AFTV Picks, enter the competition, which is for free, and you could win this PS5. So get involved right now. The link is in the description, and this PS5, which is very hard to get, by the way, could be on its way to you. Merry Christmas.